Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, bringing you another edition of Movie Night Live from the Monastery of Mayhem and the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Last week we brought you Ken Russell's 1971 surrealist classic, The Devils, which was a kind of definitely a darker, more surrealistic, kind of avant-garde, noir kind of piece. So we're going to lighten that up this week. We're going to bring you a comic romp here, which features, many of our subjects that are near and dear to Brother Jack's heart. Superman, Batman, superheroes, nerd culture, animation, and that sort of thing. We're bringing you, as a tribute to the late, great Adam West, who, we sadly lost on June 10th of this year. We're bringing you the movie Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt. Now, to give you a little kind of leg up on the storyline here, this movie features, stars Adam West and Burt Ward, basically reprising their roles of Batman and Robin after the Batmobile is mysteriously stolen from a car show. And Adam and Burt have to solve several riddles, and in doing so they realize that the clues to finding the identity of the villain who took the Batmobile is hidden in their past. So through flashbacks and other TV devices, they end up they relive many of their adventures in their 3 series when they did their Life in Tights, including many of their sexual misadventures as well. So this movie is definitely a little bit more unusual, but the movie also stars, as I said, Adam West and Burt Ward, but it also features Frank Gorshin and Julie Newmar reprising their roles of the Riddler and Catwoman. Now, I've been a big fan of Julie Newmar's for years. I mean, especially when I saw her in that black faux leather Catwoman outfit, it's like that, put me well on the road to basically to being a practicing heterosexual. And, what can I say, but thank you, Julie, thanks for the memories. And now that I'm old and kind of decrepit, they really do come in handy to keep you going on a cold night. But anyway, the film, there was some really nice trivia in the film. You'll notice in the role of Jerry the Butler is everyone's favorite nerd, Curtis Armstrong, who you would remember from the series Moonlighting, and his 3 films, I believe, on the Revenge of the Nerds. You had Revenge of the Nerds 2, and Revenge of the Nerds 3, I believe, which was called The Final Chapter, playing the character of Booger. Everyone's rude, crude, and lewd buddy. I'm sure we've all had one. I have one. It's Brother James, and he's my cross to bear, but that's okay. I still like him, and I like having him around. So he plays Jerry the Butler and does actually an excellent job as basically Adam West's version of Alfred, keeping him on the straight and narrow and keeping him going. It's like, how many actors do you think there are out there that probably have a manservant like that, whose whole, total function in life is to keep this over-entitled boob on the straight and narrow, so he makes his appointments, keeps his clothes clean, and remembers to eat every now and again, and doesn't bother to OD on drugs. A butler's work is never done. So you'll see that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to the movie, Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Enjoy.
B-A-D, B-A-T, superhero getting ready for the world to see. Like warriors putting on a battle gear. Burt and Adam here, stopping crime in your fear. Never born ya, just flooring ya. Whenever we dress for success, bad guys call the coroner. Villains fit it, you call me Mr. Burn. All the ladies go crazy when we twist and turn. Watch out, if you grimy and gritty, we're gonna run you up out of Gotham City. B-A-T, rolling Desperado. When I hit the Batmobile throttle, the man's got fans from here to Colorado. Set to take off like a rocket in a box. Dynamic duo, crime fights our motto. Rolling through Gotham, top billing and chilling. The man behind the mask with a task to spot villains. Step with authority, protect the majority. K Crusader, top priority. Watch out, if you grimy and gritty, we're gonna run you up out of Gotham City. BAT rolling with the boy Wonder. Villains out there, we're gonna take you under. Watch out, if you grimy and gritty, we're gonna run you up out of Gotham City. BAT rolling with the boy Wonder. Villains out there, we're gonna take you under. Desperado, when I hit the Batmobile throttle, the man's got fans from here to Colorado. Instead to take off like a rocket in a box. Dynamic duo, crime fights our motto. Rolling through Gotham, top billing and chilling. The man behind the mask with a task to spot.
Wow.
Step with authority.
Really doing this.
K Crusader, top priority.
Hello, chum.
Cape Crusader. Are we close, Batman?
The Joker should be right ahead of us. Step carefully now and follow my lead. Hold it.
Oh. Cut! Reset.
Is there a problem?
Where's your hand?
It's on her shoulder.
A little lower, Adam.
A natural mistake, part of my character.
Do you mind?
Not at all.
Adam, look, there it is.
Why would you want to rewrite this? The script is brilliant the way it is.
Well, we're not talking about a major change, Julie. Just the idea that she falls in love with Batman.
I'll do it however you want, but I really think it's a big mistake. Catwoman is... well, she's wicked. There's no room for love in her life. She teases him. She leads him on. She's a cat. She purrs. But she has claws. She nuzzles. But she bites. And she knows that this is the one way to get to Batman. Through his suppressed emotions. It's a sensual approach, like a dancer. The way she moves, the way she tempts him. But she never loses her heart. And she never, ever sleeps with him.
Never?
See what I mean?
Maybe she should try tempting Robin, too.
Welcome back, faithful followers. What do you think of Return to the Batcave, the misadventures of Adam and Burt so far? This movie, it's a cute little piece of filmmaking. I like the bit with the Batmobile. That was always a favorite of mine when going to the car shows. Anytime it would come to this area, I'd always end up buying a ticket to the World of Wheels or one of the other big car shows here in Omaha at the time, and getting your picture taken with the Batmobile. Now, there was, if you'll remember from the first part of the movie, when the Batmobile basically was sitting at the car show, Adam and Burt are sitting in it playing with the buttons, not really knowing what any of them did. Adam hits the button marked oil slick and sprays the everybody standing around the car with a nice little coating of oil. Trivia is actually that was chocolate syrup. There was 10 gallons were used to shoot the several takes that scene required, and basically it required using a stage hand with a high pressure hose and a spray gun to basically paint the actors and in that scene. So obviously that's and you're standing around under hot lights trying to do your lines and do your acting, and then getting sprayed with chocolate sauce. It's definitely a case of suffering for your art, but everybody took it in good spirits, and the usual food and jokes were made. And for all of our fetish friends out there, enjoy your sploshing. You're welcome. So that was a neat little scene. Also, due to copyright restrictions that DC Comics, they were ruthlessly enforcing those on the production company. So Batman's costume had to be slightly modified to get around that. If you'll notice on his gloves, in the classic series, the comic books, and a lot of the canon that are out there, he has 3 little spikes on his gloves, or little wings, or whatever the hell you want to call it. In the movie Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt, he had 4. So that was just their way of little way of getting around it and keeping the legal department of DC Comics and I believe Warner Brothers, you know, who owned the rights to the Batman character at that time because of the animated series and Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. You know, they were really giving the movie company a lot of pain and grief about that. So they did that basically just to shut them the hell up. But it's an interesting little bit of trivia, and I'm sure some of our Batman fans out there definitely caught it and saying, why the hell are there 4 spikes on his glove? There should only be 3. Well, now you know. Another little bit of trivia, Julie Newmar, in the stunt scenes, some of the more rigorous scenes, her being a woman, at that time she was in her late 50s and I believe early 60s. And some of the stunts, you know, obviously for insurance or safety reasons, she was not allowed to do. So she did have a stunt double. The stunt double was played by the daughter of Lee Merriweather, who was the second Catwoman in the Batman TV series. She came in, I believe, at the beginning of the 2nd season and played it till almost the end of the 2nd season. Then it was the role was reprised by Eartha Kitt, and her daughter was Julie Newmar's stunt double for Return to the Batcave. So, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This movie, a lot of the original people involved in this movie were either in technical or consulting positions. Several of the old cameramen who would shoot the TV series on a day-in, day-out basis were brought in for technical consulting, and their children were actually the cameraman, actually the film crew, part of the film crew. So this was kind of a reunion of sorts. Many of them were friends with Adam and Burt, so it was like kind of like old home week, as it were. And Adam West, when questions about this at various cons and interviews, said as much as he did not want to be typecast as Batman, he enjoyed doing this film because it gave him a chance to catch up with a lot of his old cronies from the Batman TV series days, including Burt. Adam and Burt were always close, and I guess Burt Ward said in a tribute interview after Adam West's passing this past June, said that even though they've known each other for like over 50 years, there was almost a week didn't go by where one didn't call the other to talk about either a role or talk about a situation that was going on or just to catch up and say, how are you doing? So again, a very lasting friendship between these two fine individuals. And Brother Jack is glad he has friends that he can call at any time, day or night, if he needs to talk, and obviously they know that they can do that in reverse. So, and they do. So I don't mind. I'm always here for my friends and fans. If you want to have a friend, be a friend. That's the takeaway from this. But we're going to get back to the movie, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt, Return to the Batcave, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakorama. Enjoy.
After the comic book, but before the theatrical release, there was the small screen. And they were the super-sized heroes of their day.
You're them, aren't you?
Now the original Batman
I'm Adam West.
and Robin are back.
It's Burt.
And they're on a mission down memory lane.
Someone's forcing us to relive our past. But to what dark end?
Revisiting the set. Reclaiming the glory.
Hold it.
They're taking on old enemies. taking up where they left off.
I can't believe we spent the night with Batman.
Once a superhero, always a superhero.
Oh, the thrill of the chase.
Return to the Batcave. The beginning.
We're thrilled to have you here, but there's been some mistake. We didn't invite you. This is a private evening for the museum sponsors.
So, who put this invitation to my door tonight?
I love your show, though, Robin. Do you mind if I call you Robin?
Actually, I'd prefer my real name. That was only a character.
Boy Wonder, then.
Close.
Dick Grayson.
It's Burt. Burt Ward.
Well, hello. Next, I suppose you'll tell me this isn't my favorite superhero.
Hello. I'm Adam West.
Just go with it.
Well, we're thrilled to have you both here. I have an announcement to make. Please do stay.
You got an invitation too, I see, old chum.
Yeah, but mine was bogus. I'm not on the guest list.
Odd. Very, very odd.
Attention. May I have your attention, please? As you know, tomorrow this exhibit opens to the public and dozens of lucky orphans. But tonight, it's just for us. Some of the rarest cars in the world, including a special treat. One of the most famous cars ever.
The Batmobile.
The classic Batmobile, designed by George Barris for the television series, not to be confused with the movie version.
This can't be a coincidence.
Is it all right to sit in it just for old time's sake?
Oh, of course, please. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a surprise visit from the actors who play the dynamic duo, Adam West and Burt Ward.
Wow, you know, it seems like almost yesterday.
Almost 35 years, Bert. Time tumbles by.
You know, I forget what some of these buttons do.
I wouldn't touch those if I were...
Sorry, I didn't know it was loaded.
This way they usually left the driving to me. Let's get out before more damage is done. Did you know I kept a key? Sort of a souvenir.
Really? But who would have known that?
I would. And it's just what I've been waiting for.
Someone get the lights!
The Batmobile's been stolen.
Using my key.
Holy tire tracks, look. They go from 2 to 1. It went out on 2 wheels. That fiend.
He may be a fiend, but he's an excellent driver.
We have to call the police. Does anyone have a cell phone?
No time for that. This is a job for actors. We'll find the Batmobile.
Us? We wouldn't even know where to start.
Perhaps there.
An elephant. I always do this.
What's that supposed to mean? What does an elephant always do? Anyone? We'll have to solve the puzzle on the way. Come on, Bert.
Adam, you're crazy.
Okay, guys, all right, then don't push. There's enough of us to go around. Well, hello, foxy lady. You're a tall orphan. You up for adoption?
Oh, some things never change.
So all's well that ends well in a city that tears down its old buildings but treasures its old television series. A happy ending all around. Happy actors, happy children, happy audiences, happy network.
And me. I'm Lyle Waggoner. And if I'd have played that part, we'd still be on the air.
An orphan just stole the Batmobile.
A real orphan?
Or a villain disguised as an orphan.
Should we call the police?
Haven't they got enough on their plates? I've got the time, Bert.
Why not?
The thrill of the chase, my friend. The thrill of the chase.
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What did you think of Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt? Wasn't that a really fun movie? Yes, it was. Always the Batman, the Adam West Batman years are always a nice, kind of refreshing breath of fresh air from the darkness and grittiness of the Bale, to the, really dark Affleck portrayal of Batman. They called they called Adam West in his portrayal of Batman, they called him the Bright Knight, because he played it with a brightness and lightness, a very tongue-in-cheek, camp attitude. He never took the character seriously, but he always gave Batman the respect, reverence, and admiration that he deserved, and he played it accordingly. So all we can say is, bravo, Adam West. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for being there. And as I said in the blog, I am a fan of the Christian Bale Batman and the Ben Affleck Batman. I was a fan of the Michael Keaton, the Val Kilmer, and the George Clooney. Not so much. I think they tried to take the camp and they went really too far with it. But that's just, this zombie's opinion. But anyway, Adam West will always be my Batman because he's the one I grew up watching. Coming home during the week, Batman was always running about 5:30 in the afternoon on our local UHF affiliate, which was Channel 20. Home of our good friend Count Gordeval and Captain 20. Thanks for the memories, guys. Much love to you. So it was always, you had the it was always a treat when you got your favorite Salisbury steak TV dinner, and you got to sit on the tray and in front of the tray in front of you, in front of the TV, and watching Batman. Just brings back some good memories of a simpler time before everything we've got now. We've got major idiots in the White House. We've got North Korea launching missiles everywhere, and all of the general crap we all have to deal with. This is a nice change of pace, a way of leaving all that behind for a little bit. So again, Adam, we salute you. Thank you for the memories. And we know wherever you are, you're in a far better place, and we will always miss you, but we have your work to keep us company, and we look forward to the time we do see you again. Now next week we're going to get back to our tradition of grade Z horror science fiction. We're going to bring you the 1953 black and white opus Catwomen of the Moon, and this stars nobody I ever really heard of, but I'm sure back in 1953 these might have been some fairly famous people. Their names escape me at the moment, but I'll get that. I'll do a little more research on that, and I'll have that when we come back. So again, tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel. So on behalf of myself, Brother Jack, Brother James, the girls, and the rest of the crew here at the Monastery of Mayhem, Sanjay behind the camera, good nights, unpleasant dreams, and let's keep America on top. Watch Horror Host you all, and suck it, you hack.
Hi, I'm Demona, and I want you to watch Angry Brothers, Boobs, Buns, and Bodiness on Amazon Prime.